Hello, welcome to the Media Crash podcast. As you can see, I am now in the starting chair. This is a chair that starts the podcast. This is episode 25, our obligatory Halloween episode, because, you know, it's spooky season and whatnot. I had to do a lot to get this chair. I performed a coup d'etat. For you on Spotify, those of you on Spotify, Holden's bloodied head is on a pike directly to my right. It's very gruesome, actually. Are we going to be able to get this on YouTube?
No, it's going straight to Pornhub.
Okay. I mean, it is a Halloween-themed episode, so I guess...
You're gonna bloody I didn't know Pornhub had, like, that kinky shit in it.
What about, like, Live Leak or something?
Nah, I like Pornhub.
Fair.
Yeah, so I guess Halloween, you know, we've talked about horror movies, we've talked about thriller movies, and then indirectly horror movies in that thing. So we're going to try to stay on topic to Halloween. You know, we might branch out like we always do and end up talking about, you know, Porking Across America. But also, wait,
I'm in the control seat. This whole episode's about Porking Across America now, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop me.
I just want to tell you, in the last... It was one of the last two episodes. I was like, I'm really interested. At the beginning of the episode, I was like, I'm really interested to see how you're going to like bring Porking Across America into the episode. And you didn't bring it up a single time.
I didn't?
You didn't. The one time I mentioned
because you were ready for it. I have to hit you with it when you're like not expecting it.
Well, I'm expecting it this episode now.
So then I'm going to have to do a full frontal assault and bring it up 3 times.
Ooh, you've been porked.
So we're off to a great start.
We are. We never get sidetracked in this podcast.
Just so you know, you're gonna when you edit this video, Holden, I'm just letting you know the first like 5 minutes of this is just me laughing at the camera because I've noticed that from my point of view, at least when Daniel was looking at the screen, that his head was completely blocked by that camera for me. I just couldn't see his head. I don't know why. I thought it was so funny.
I was gonna tell the story, but this is off topic. So Halloween. When this episode comes out, it will be Halloween tomorrow. So it's Halloween tomorrow, totally, because we record these the day they come out. Totally.
We do, and then we put Holden into a sweatshop, and Matthew and I take turns yelling at him until he gets the episode done.
Exactly. So, I wonder how Halloween's gonna like happen this year, because like COVID and
yeah, I bet kids are just gonna wear masks.
I guess that's fair, but.
You could just, I mean, you could wear a mask and put like a plastic mask over it, but that might really fuck up your breathing. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? As a kid who survived through all the like Mummy and Dracula costumes, kids can survive any of that. Like, I had layer after layer of linen over my face for a costume, and I'm still alive. I only suffered minor asphyxiation.
I wore those morph suits one year.
I was going to say, how do you think the morph suits count as like a
Definitely
mask?
not.
What?
Those are meant to be like breathable. Also, when I wore a morph suit,
they do choke when you wear masks.
When I wore a morph suit when I was younger, like I don't know, it was probably like 10 or 11. There's a big conundrum that you have when you wear one of those morph suits because either A, your dick shows because it's like a skin tight thing. So just a little 12-year-old dongers just like, you know, you're just showing that off. Or so I was like, oh shit, I can't have that. So I put underwear on underneath the morph suit, but then it just looks like you can clearly see the underwear because once again, the morph suit is
like skin tight. I feel like you should just wear the underwear though.
I think that's what I ended up doing.
I don't know if I'd ever go naked under a morph suit personally. I don't think I would like the feeling of the morph suit.
You don't
all
want the
over
feeling of
body.
green fabric covering every inch of your body.
It could get like stunken. Okay.
Anyways, Halloween. Y'all remember those god-awful Halloween specials like every year?
Oh yeah, like on Disney and like Cartoon Network.
All right, actually the Cartoon Network Scary Godmother one, I really like those, even though the animation was kind of shit.
I don't think I ever watched those.
You're fucking dead to me.
Podcast canceled.
I just remember seeing like the animation just recently, like what the woman looks like. And I'm like, oh god, it looked that bad. Like,
yeah, she looks like a low poly Miss Frizzle.
I think like one of the best, like you obviously had those things and you had like Halloween Town and stuff like that, which I could not, I think it's just a town that they did Halloween every day.
No,
What was the?
No,
what was
it was
it
like
was an alternate
magic, right?
dimension. It was like an alternate world where everyone was spooky.
Yeah, and in the
that's
last
it?
one, there's like a secret cabal of people who are like trying to take over Halloween Town using the main characters. Oh, spoilers for Halloween Town. Very sorry if you get that cinema masterpiece ruined for you. They try and
There's
take
more
over Halloween
Halloween Town
Town by using the ancestors' special pendant, and like their whole plan falls apart because they're just the worst villains. Like they have I think her brother captive as like a dog or something, and then they just when she's supposed to do it at midnight on a full moon or whatever bullshit they had, they're telling her, okay, so cast a spell, put us in control. And she says, okay, well, undo my brother's dog form first. So they do it, and then they have no leverage, so she just doesn't listen to them anymore. It's it's like the dumbest plot. I don't know. They were a very, very incompetent group of villains.
I mean, when you have to have like Disney protagonist people to overcome them with their own Disney flaws, the villains have to be pretty stupid for the hero to win.
well, why was
Make
it
a
called
fair
Halloween
point.
Town if it had nothing to do with Halloween
Well, it was
besides
Halloween
spooky?
Yeah, there was like monsters and stuff, and like all the magic was witches, I think.
Gotcha. And then it only aired around Halloween, I'm assuming. So I think that the other cool thing that I can't think of any like specifics, but like every cartoon and like show and just any like kid show, every holiday you have the like holiday themed episodes or whatever.
Mm.
So like I loved seeing like, you know, the Halloween themed like iCarly or Sweet Life of Zack and Drake and you know, whatever it was, you know, you always got the Halloween episodes.
They should do a John Wick Halloween special where he's just
I have a very unique tradition I used to have as a kid for Halloween. That was redundant. But do you guys know the angry video game nerd?
I
Yeah.
do.
Games are all
I like
classic.
first YouTuber I ever watched.
If you're watching me and don't know about angry video game, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I mean,
I don't know, I feel like-
EGN.
I feel like you do. I feel like there's a lot of people who don't know.
Okay, he's a guy famous, one of the most famous old YouTubers.
Yeah, one of like the first like he popularized like the gaming review.
Yeah. Especially bad game reviews.
Yeah.
But he also was like loved movies, and I
I know.
like movies, appreciate movies as even when I was a dumb kid because of him. And he used to every October do a marathon called Monster Madness, where he would just go over like a topic every month. One of them was just Godzilla, and I now know like the plot, a generalized plot of like all the Godzilla movies.
What's the general plot of Godzilla? I'm genuinely curious.
Some of the movies he's bad, some of the movies he's good, some of the movies he goes out with his friends to another planet in space and fights another monster. I don't know. They somehow
That's
make
pretty
him a
metal.
good guy so many times. He also just has a
What?
kid in one of them. But
Is there like
A Mrs.
female
Godzilla?
Yeah,
what?
or
I don't
is-
know.
does he reproduce asexually by like budding or something?
I think technically in the earlier ones he's a guy, so I'm confused about how he has a son. In the 90s shitty one, it was a girl, and that's why he was able to have kids. She was able to have kids. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about the lore, to be fair.
The lore of Godzilla.
Do you think there was some time travel Godzilla self-cest involved in Godzilla Jr. being born?
Maybe. I don't.
If not, that's what needs to come next. That's what will sell. That's what brings back the movie theaters, not the end of COVID. It's that
That Cinemark?
that Godzilla.
We're saving you.
Exactly. So yeah, call us up. But I don't know.
Is Goosebump Halloween themed?
Is what?
Is Goosebump?
Goosebumps like spooky.
Oh, it's just like yeah. I mean, spooky, but yeah, Goosebumps is a vibe.
I'm trying to think of anything Halloween themed. I remember they had a Halloween special on Cartoon Network that I watched, and I kind of liked it as a kid.
Oh, you want to know? There used
Please don't go into any more detail, Matthew.
It was. I remember less about that than the Halloween Town series. But it was. If I remember, the monster seemed scary, but he might not be in past tense. But it was basically a kid. There was like this monster that came out at night and like kidnapped the main girl's kid, and it was going to like. It had a nest. I don't even know where it came from. I don't know.
Wait, was
if
this
it
the
an
one where
alien.
like if you think about it, it comes, or
That
is
might
that
have been it.
a different one?
Was it an episode or a movie you're thinking of?
It was a movie.
So probably. Goosebumps had some interesting ideas, to be fair, for how like lame everything actually was.
Well, I mean, it's designated for kids, and
Yeah.
you know, so for being a kid, you know, you look back at it now and it's like, oh, that shit's lame. But in reality, it was just a cool little.
I have a distinct memory as a kid. You know, in our elementary school, we basically had like a level of reading we had that what qualified us to read books.
Oh,
Yeah.
like they all had their own score.
I remember I was always so pissed whenever like I wasn't allowed to read a book because like it was over the arbitrary level where they think you should be at, and I was angry because Guardians of Ga'Hoole, the first book was like a 12 or something, and then the second book was 14. So the librarian was all uppity about it, and I was so upset because it's just like, I just want to read the next book.
That is hilarious.
So the fact that like the next series apparently is just not allowed.
Yeah, no, you can't know the plot
And-
until you've matured.
I was looking at the Goosebumps books. I realized I could read them, and my heart was beating. I was like, oh no, I'm old enough to read these spooky ass books. And then I like later on, I'm like, they're books. They're not gonna jump out at me or give me a lingering feeling.
Yeah.
At least I haven't read a book.
Did any Goosebump books stick with you?
There was one where I was very confused by one of the twist endings. Where
Are you talking about the summer camp one?
that one's an interesting one.
That one's a fucking acid trip.
Yeah,
That's-
that one is honestly on the level of like a Alfred Hitchcock like twist, or like not even that, like a Stephen King. Honestly, do you know about that one?
I don't.
There's one where they're at a camp, and then like there's like this werewolf kind of monster that keeps hunting people. Kind of, it's like
Yeah.
but the thing is, the camp counselor doesn't think.
Oh, is that the one where he doesn't believe or whatever, and the twist ending was he was the werewolf?
No.
Nah.
The twist is the whole thing was a test on the main character, his
Oh,
loyalty or something like.
Yeah,
His
or like his
friends.
ability.
And he passed the test, and it's like now for the next segment, and they zoom out, and like what you think is like the moon is actually Earth, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, were we just watching like an alien get trained to infiltrate Earth?
Or like this is like a dystopian future where like Earth is now like an apocalyptic like.
I want to know more about the Goosebumps timeline. Like,
Are they all
Can
in the
someone
same
continue
universe? Are they in the same?
I don't think so.
I would like to
Goosebumps
believe
cinematic
so.
universe. The other Halloween thing, kind of moving to video games, that I remember playing a lot was I think that this is maybe what Costume Quest is now, this game series. But I remember there were a lot of games on Cartoon Network's like website where it was like Halloween themed, and you would like go around like trick or treating, and you had to like collect a bunch of like candy and stuff like that. And there were all these powers, and there was monsters trying to come kill you.
Yeah.
I remember those.
Oh, I remember. All right, it was weird. Nickelodeon had this like, it was kind of like an MMO thing, but it was basically like a online chat room. Think of like a Nickelodeon Habbo Hotel type thing.
Okay.
Every year they would do like vampires versus werewolves, and every year I was super excited to I think I did werewolves every time. You bought like silver or garlic to fuck over the other team, and you tried to infect.
That
as
sounds
many people-
familiar.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, they had like a whole thing on their website. I think their website just now is like their schedules. I don't know if they have that.
All the
That chat room thing definitely went down. I remember.
That's such a vibe that like I feel like a lot of I hate to be like the stereotypical like damn kids, but like I don't know. I feel like because with Flash dying, I don't think, I mean, I know like HTML is a thing, but like overall, like,
It was a tragedy when Barry Allen died.
yeah.
Which time?
He said Barry Allen. He's trying to make a dad joke pun. Oh, because I said Flash dying.
Oh no, the joke was which
Oh,
time?
time,
Because
'cause he died
superheroes
when-
die
Oh.
all the fucking time.
I should have got that joke because fuck superheroes.
Yeah.
But I just don't think like a lot of kids nowadays will like grow up with like going on CartoonNetwork.com or Nickelodeon and playing like all these different Flash games with like their I mean, I guess they exist. More of them, I guess they're in like phone apps and stuff.
Yeah, instead they'll get microtransaction, loot box,
Fortnite probably has a Halloween special.
gambling addiction starters. What?
I said Fortnite probably has a Halloween special.
Oh yeah, every game is
Yeah.
like because they sell. I mean, like Overwatch, because then they can
gotta
sell
sell those Halloween
limited time,
skins.
Halloween skins that you can only buy
Wasn't there
for
like
this month.
The one thing
there was some like Mercy skin that everyone on the fucking site like simped for.
I think that was the
The
one where they were
witch.
donating for breast cancer.
Oh, was there a different one?
Well, there was one where they sold a $10 Mercy skin that was like super badass,
Oh.
but like a bunch of proceeds or all of them went to breast cancer, I think.
Oh,
Might be that
I'm
one, I
pretty
don't
sure
know.
people were just horny.
My one memorable thing from Overwatch I will input that it has one of my favorite of those like intros that you could do or the play the game things because it was Reaper coming out of the
Oh, the coffin.
it's so good 'cause-
Oh.
and then there's that video where they dub over X gonna give it to you as he kicks open the door.
Yeah.
I think that's on the playlist, right?
Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, unless you guys can think of any more like media related things, we could also just talk about like our experiences with Halloween in itself.
You can do that.
Like,
I have a couple more inputs. I could talk about horror movies just real quick.
yeah, Spitfire some.
One, I've only seen a couple of them, but like the Halloween movies.
Yeah.
I still think because
like
there was a
like
third
the
one that came
horror
out.
genre,
You
or
know
like
about the third one of that movie?
Like the actual
Like
series
Michael
called Halloween.
Myers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he stabs people.
Mhm.
Fun. And the third one. So first one comes out and ends with the doctor of the asylum that did it coming to rescue the main girl, shoots the guy like several times, and he falls over the thing and disappears. And it's like, oh, where did he go? And in the second movie, it's like the result of that. And then the climax of that is the same doctor blowing himself up at the hospital with the guy. So technically, he should be dead. Like he should be vaporized.
Yeah.
So whoever was deciding the movie, I don't know if it was the same director or anything. For the third one, he's like, you know what? For now on, it's going to be an anthology with a different plot for each a different Halloween themed plot for each movie.
Yeah.
Came out. This one's called Season of the Witch, and it was about like this company that was making some like special TV special. I haven't seen it, and it was actually a trick to sacrifice like thousands of children with this mask that they're going to wear. It was a satanic cult.
Oh.
And that was the plot of the movie. Apparently, the movie's shit. So like, they were
That
like,
sounds
all
like such a
let's just
cool premise.
bring Michael Myers back for the fourth one and the fifth one and the sixth one. I'm like, you know what? That could have been, if that one was good, then they would have done. Then it could have been like an anthology series.
Yeah, and it could have actually been like a cool, unique. That reminds me of what you were just talking about. I think this was around Halloween, but you showed me a video where they were doing like a Halloween special back in the day, and they were wanting to make it where it seemed like it was real, like it was going to be like this ghost, like where they were like investigating this paranormal activity, like house or ghost, and the main guy was some famous actor, or he was a famous like news guy or something, so he had credibility around him, and the whole thing was going to be he was going to be like sitting in studio, like watching the reporters or whatever go to the thing, and then spooky things were going to happen, and
Oh, I
he was
know
going to
about this.
report on them, and
Okay.
like it was going to seem real, and like there were going to be viewers could call into the chat or call into the show, and in reality, if you called into the show, you would get a message saying like, oh, this is fake, blah, 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 blah. It's just TV. But like on the show, it would seem like they kept picking up people and there kept being more reports and stuff like this. And so the people the network that said, okay, sure, we'll give you money to fund this. They're like, okay, only stipulations is all of the advertising for this has to say it's fake. All of it has to say it's fake. And during the beginning of you'll like this story. And then prefacing the show, they say it's like it's an act or whatever. But nowhere in the show itself, the broadcast doesn't say it's fake. And also they said, okay, well when people call in, there has to be a statement or saying it's fake. Well, apparently the phone lines just went down. So there was all of this spooky stuff, and it seemed real. So all the people that tuned in, were, and it was like fourth wall breaking stuff too. It was like the ghost was like haunting the news station as well. And all these scared ass people were calling in, and the lines were down. And I mean, it was so infamous. It got like, I think it got more reports than any other show, like to the bureaucracy of shows. I don't know, whatever.
Bureaucracy of
The
shows.
central
Well,
bureaucracy.
yeah, whatever that is. And apparently like a crap ton of kids got PTSD from it. Like,
Really?
because like,
It was
It
that
was-
bad.
it was,
A
like,
mentally ill
really
kid
bad.
ended up-
oh yeah.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no.
That's they don't do that. They don't air that anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair.
I think I didn't in the video. I think it just recently said that they just now started not embracing it, but you can actually watch it again. Like I think they were trying to like remove all traces of it everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think they like brought.
It was like that early 2000s era where Blair Witch actually worked on people as well. So it was like when people were still super.
Probably a little before that too, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
Because this was like
when
something
the
new.
internet hadn't jaded everyone past the point.
Oh, yeah, I
of
don't
not
think the internet
believing
existed.
Anything anyone sees on media.
And when you had like some really like famous, like credible news figure, like presenting it as the host, I mean, that adds like a crap ton of credibility. So, man, I love stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, I love, like...
not the consequences of it, obviously, but...
Do you guys remember, this is kind of related, this is spooky, but do you remember that stupid series on Animal Planet that was, it was a found footage thing, but each episode was like a different like cryptoid that people apparently encountered?
Yes.
I loved that as a kid.
Oh, me too.
And I have not watched any of them. I'm sure they're all pretty bad because I have not heard about the series since then. But like the later seasons seem worse than the earlier ones. By the only virtue is, even as a kid, I was like, why are you showing it? Like the first couple seasons, the whole part of the found footage is like you would never see it and like, you know, it's spooky that way. But like, they at one point in one of the episodes just show you with the Jersey Devil here, and immediately I'm like, oh. Like at first I was like, oh, and I was like,
it kind of like takes away the mystery of it.
It's like, oh, it's just a costume. Okay.
Yeah, that completely lost my train of thought. Actually,
I'm sorry.
No. Like I had a train of thought going off of something you were saying, but it's gone. Spooky Halloween.
A ghost took it. Do you feel that?
What is your...
It's happening.
Out of
Media
all
Crash
the
is being
Halloween-
taken by a ghost.
Out of all the Halloween parties, get-togethers, or just, you know, going to Halloween, what was your favorite like costume you've seen?
Favorite
Oh.
costume?
Huh. Well, I'm kind of a nerd, so I don't normally go to, well, I didn't back in the day go to like all
The
the,
most memorable, like the one that you looked at someone and was like, oh, that was cool.
I mean, I was super
I-
into all that morph suit stuff. Well, if you have one, yeah, what was yours?
This one was adult, to be fair, but do you know? Actually, I won't say it on podcasts, but there was this person I know at a party that was gay, and they were with their boyfriend, and they both dressed up as with all the sleeve stuff. And I was like, well, who are you supposed to be? And I was like, we're Adam and Steve. And I was like, and it was...
That's clever.
That reminds me of like if you go to like a party store or whatever, there's always like an adult Halloween costume section, and they're always like just these stupid sexual innuendo like partner ones where it's like, oh, this one you're an outlet and this one you're the plug, like ha ha ha, and like or like
You can get
stuff
them to do
like that.
Is it like in the crotch area too?
No, I think it's just like a big.
What if it was just like a white morph suit, but it had like a ridiculously large outlet and like near the crotch?
All right.
Oh, God,
A
that'd
morph
be
suit,
weird.
but you get one of those like 13th century codpiece things. Matthew, you're the history buff here. Were codpieces a thing in the 13th century? or is
cod
that,
I'm
like later?
assuming.
That codpieces were like these ridiculous oversized dongs placed on the outside of like armor and on like noble suits or whatever.
Oh, I don't know, but
What?
are you talking about like? I don't know about that. I know about like, you know, actually protecting your dick. I don't know, like people.
Yeah, no,
made them bigger.
They purposely did.
That
I'm
makes
sure
so much
that
sense.
initially that it was like, okay,
will not
yeah,
dispute that
I
at
don't
all.
want my dick to hurt. Yeah, of course, because like, absolutely, people would do that eventually, given enough time.
Dude, you're in war, you're fighting someone, and you like, you know, you just
They
see
grab you by
someone
the
that's
thing and stab you.
supposedly. No, like I'm saying, you, like how intimidating is that? You're about to fight someone, and this guy's armor has like a 10-foot spot for his like dick, and you're just like, dude, do you need what? Like, I would just like yeet myself out of there, like.
Yeah, I'm not fighting that. You can just impale me with it.
Oh no, man! I guess another thing with Halloween is we can talk about all those stupid like scary urban legends of like, oh, don't eat apples. There'll be like razor blades in your apples, and
my parents always they were always like, yeah, don't eat anything that has weird wrapping, and they decided what weird wrapping was. One year Smarties was weird wrapping. I found out later, much to my surprise, they were just using that as a reason to eat candy.
oh, I'm totally gonna see the adult like trick or treating is how you get candy when you're a kid. How you get candy for Halloween as an adult is just the day after Halloween.
Yeah.
You just go to Walmart or like any store and just buy like a 10-pound
Even
bag
the
for
day
$1.
before, it's like, oh, okay, $5, and you get like 2-3 pounds worth of candy. I don't know if I could eat that much candy in like a year. It's
Well,
great.
you can't, but the point is you just eat too much until you want to kill
I
yourself.
caved and bought one of those
Right.
packs like earlier
Already?
this month. Yeah, I mean it was
Like, I
Hey,
guess
I did the same thing earlier with Kit Kats. It was like $2 for.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you can find a good sale, yeah.
but it was mainly because it was just like all of it was like Jolly Rancher themed, and I was like, I like Jolly Ranchers, except for Twizzlers. They had Twizzlers as well, and that made up like 50% of what was in there.
Dude, Twizzlers are lit.
They're good. I still have.
Mm,
Actually, no.
I gotta
think
disagree with you.
Twizzlers are fine.
Twizzlers have
Okay,
no
favorite
flavor.
Halloween candy.
Okay.
Halloween
Wait.
candy.
I need to put some thought.
I
into
have
this.
mine instantly. Mine's Almond Joy.
All right, y'all.
Almond
Almond
Joys.
Joy?
Yeah, dude.
Wait, yeah, I remember as a kid, every time we would go trick or treating, you would always say to Matthew, "Hey, you got any almond joys?
Oh, yeah,
You're
dude,
not
I
gonna
got
fucking eat 'em."
all your Reese's, and I got all because
Yeah.
he's allergic to tree nuts, so I just stole all your Reese's and all your candy.
Or just about candy in general, like that
Favorite
you'd
Halloween
likely
candy.
find
Yeah,
during Halloween.
trick or treat.
Okay.
So like, I'm assuming they'd have to have like the mini-sized.
Probably Jolly Ranchers, because that's probably how I discovered I like Jolly Ranchers. But and also like those, they were kind of rare. They're like the little rare ones, but those those super sour ones,
Oh, Red Hot
Warheads?
or
Warheads. Yes.
Oh, I thought you were
those
talking
were
about-
Halloween things, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes. Okay.
I
And then
was
for
just
like
thinking
a
about those
bar,
made my tongue like.
yeah.
Hmm.
And just for general stuff like Three Musketeers. I like them a lot.
what about you, Dan?
Gonna have to go with Shockers whenever I find those.
What are
I'm
shockers?
not sure if they're even sold anymore. They're like these like little circular chewy things. They're like really sour.
Oh,
I would get,
I
like-
know lemon. Are you talking about lemon
making me-
heads?
No. They were like sold by the same people who sell like sweet tarts. They're like basically like chewy sweet tarts.
they're not
that were sour.
spheres.
They're like discs.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, man. I remember when I was a kid, me and my sister, because we'd probably both go trick or treating separately with our separate group of friends or whatever. And then like so afterwards, we would both have our bowls, and like for the next 3 days, we would just participate in a bunch of candy trades. So like we would have a big table and we would divide it in half, and I would put all my candy on one side, she'd put our candy. We'd constantly make trades and like stuff. And miraculously, all of our candy just kept getting it just kept slowly disappearing. Long story short, my dad just would constantly, probably every time he walked past a table
parents.
full of candy, you just grab
Yep,
one.
parents are thieves. They don't understand what we went through. My strategy, I had my show bag that I would bring back, and then I had my actual bag. Sorry, mom and dad, if you're watching this, but I've been lying to you for years.
No, that's good tactics.
Yeah,
Fuck
I would.
them. They could go buy candy. They could go in the car and go buy some for like the same like.
Oh no,
But
because
to
my
be fair, we
folks
don't
would
need
just-
all that candy.
Yeah,
don't,
my
but-
mom's a nurse, and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna get heart disease and stuff." So she would always take it and bring it to the hospital, so her patients could get
All your candy? Or all what
no,
she
just, like,
thought was
a
your
lot of
candy?
it. Just like half.
Of what she thought. So she was
Yeah.
in reality only
So-
taking like a fifth of your candy.
Yeah, I had like a fourth in the bag, and then I had like 3/4 in the pillowcase that I brought with me. So to complete the story, I brought a pillowcase and my trick-or-treating bag. So I filled up my trick-or-treating bag, brought it back, and then I went out again and filled that other one up. And I was pretty ruthless with that too. I was like sprinting down. I'm sorry to say, in my later years, I didn't do this, but I was one of those people who would take more than one.
I like
if
how
it were-
you made the motion of grabbing the whole bowl. You didn't do the motion of grabbing a handful. You did the motion
It's
of
my guilty
grabbing the whole
conscience,
bowl.
man. All right, I didn't grab the whole bowl until the end of the night, but yeah, I would make runs on houses once stuff was like winding down. If people still like candy out, I was ruthless. I had a 50% candy tax. I don't have the same luxuries of you.
That's why we have to lower the
masses.
candy tax, so there'll be less candy thieves.
Yeah, I was just pushed to crime by the desperation of my
Yeah,
economic
it wasn't
situation.
you. Yeah.
I am the product of my predetermined situation, whatever the hell.
I know. I remember when I was a kid, we had a candy bowl that had like a hand in it that was like, it was standing up, and then it had a motion sensor. So when someone would grab candy, it would make a sound effect and go like, wah, and scare the shit out of like 2-year-olds.
Oh, one of my favorite things to do once I was too old to trick or treat was I would like hand out candy all night. And I had this giant oversized hoodie thing and we had this like weird chair. I covered my legs in blankets and I put like jeans over them and connected that to the bottom of the hoodie and then completely covered my own head in the hoodie. So it looked like just a dummy because like, hey, there's no legs there. It's just there to be like a fun gag thing. And then whenever people would come up, I would move and I would scare people, like not just the kids, the adults too, because I was damn good at that. Like you could not tell that I was under there.
Yeah, just subconsciously, like if you see like a full thing, you're like your mind goes, okay, there might be something there. But if it's just like half a thing, like half a body, you're like,
yeah, you're like, okay.
So
whatever.
did you scare everyone, or did you only scare people that were trying to take more than one or something?
No, if you came to that house, well, if you tried to take more than one, I would ask you.
That's when you just like yeet yourself out of the chair and just like give them a heart attack.
The only time I felt bad, this one little girl was too scared to approach. She didn't like the dummy.
There was one house on my block of my childhood house that just would always go all out for Halloween. You guys might know from some like on my block. It's kind of like further on, but a lot of the Halloweens they would turn their garage into like a haunted house.
I
so with like a fog machine and stuff, and I wouldn't go in, dude, because I was such a little. I still do screw haunted houses. Like I remember one Halloween season, my dad forced me and my sister, my younger sister, we're probably like 9 or something, to go to a haunted house.
you're twins?
Like,
No, I'm joking.
and and with like a family friend and their like younger kids, dude. Fuck haunted houses. Like I don't like horror movies. I don't like any of that stuff. But it's elevated to a whole nother level when you're like in a haunted house. Like those
I mean, you
things
could
are
probably
scary.
get me at this age in one just because people literally jumping at you physically.
Yeah.
But like, I'd probably personally be a lot more resistant to it. And when I was a kid, I remember like, I was even like 11 or 12, like that age where you shouldn't be that scared. Like I'm like, I can fucking do it. We're at, I claimed Disneyland, but I don't think Disneyland had haunted houses.
Well, one of the Disney Worlds had like a
There was a Tower of Terror.
Tower Terror.
But I
Yeah.
don't, that was fine. That one's not scary. Besides the hanging person. But
I do not remember a hanging
I don't
person.
think it was,
Maybe someone just hung themselves when you went.
Maybe.
That's
the
the
darkest
twist.
timeline for Matthew.
but it was probably one of the parks near there, like somewhere in Orlando or something.
I'm sure there's yeah.
And so we went inside. I was like, I can do this. And then like halfway through, I was like, can I go behind you, Dad?
Oh.
Dude, I'm pretty sure there was either an animatronic. I didn't even know as a kid, but like there was a box and a Chucky-sized thing came out. I don't even know if it was a person or not.
Oh, and you're terrified of like.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that fucked with me. Yeah.
I kind of ruined haunted houses for myself as a kid because I was so scared of them. I would like do this whole like psych up thing where I was like, okay, none of this is real. Everything in there is fabricated by people. None of it can hurt you no matter what. And it got to such a point where I like internalized that. And then I was just bored. I was
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was just a genuinely like, okay, I am walking down a hallway kind of experience. And like, yeah, the whole point is to be scared. I think y'all got the good experience.
That's the problem with those though. Yeah, is if you Iron Man into out, which I did for a couple of the later ones, is it just becomes not fun.
Yeah.
So you have to find like a middle ground.
Yeah, you need to find a point where you're like, okay, I'll let myself get scared a bit. But also, if you're aware of the things that let you not be scared, you just, there's nothing for you there.
Or you could just, I remember hearing about this story where someone was running like a horror, like haunted house, like tour type thing in like their backyard or whatever, but like you had to sign like waivers and disclaimers, and like they would fuck you up. Like they would like physically hurt you a little bit too. I mean, they would scare the shit out of you. They'd like throw you on the ground. They'd like handcuff you. They'd throw you in this dungeon. Like this whole,
Damn. I would do that.
this
That'd be
whole
awesome.
process. And get hurt? No.
Well, like how hurt?
Dude, I don't remember.
Like I'm assuming they don't like come up with a baseball bat and just.
Okay, no, but like they would be
some,
rough with
some
you.
8-year-old's going with his dad. He just punts the kid.
Speaking of hunting, this is kind of unrelated just because horror, Halloween, and Child's Play. Again, like I probably mentioned
Chucky, like
Yeah.
those movies.
that was probably the one thing that actually got me for a while was all the like toy young things. As I got older, I was like, you know, even at the age when I was totally scared of that, I could probably take that fucker on. Like,
No one has a knife, dude.
Yeah, when it has a
Didn't
knife,
they have?
just yeet it.
yeah, it can stab your leg.
Do you know how
but, like,
fast those fuckers went?
They went fast, but all right. You get stabbed. Its
And then
hand is
12-year-old
now
you
here.
starts crying.
well, yeah,
No, you get stabbed. you grab it and you
Yeah.
just hit it.
Like,
It's that
But
simple.
a 12-year-old,
person
that's
with a
not.
knife is scary at your height, where they can get your like the jugular or the chest or something. But if they're at you're like
No,
the most,
I'm still gonna
they can maybe
disagree.
get your dick. That would be the scary part.
That would.
But
Dude, I'm telling you, a little gremlin, little motherfucker running around like 10
Well, yeah,
miles an hour
okay,
with a
okay.
knife.
if I was in a room and I was like, someone's like, dude, Chucky's in your house, I would be scared because I wouldn't know where he is. But if he came out of the closet and running at me, I'd be like, oh no, you fucking don't like. I'm
Yeah,
saying I
like
don't
it
wanna
wouldn't
get
be
hurt,
a
so
it wouldn't be a like it would still be a scary experience,
Yeah.
but like you would just kill Chucky like immediately. You just curb stomp his tiny little head in.
Yeah, but 12-year-olds aren't gonna,
Well, yeah,
as
no,
a kid.
but I'm just saying, like,
I feel like even as a
realistically,
kid,
even as a
if you have
kid,
like a fight or flight response, like
It depends
some
on the
kids
kid.
are gonna choose fight.
Yeah.
And the other ones die.
Like-
so it's still got to get like it's still got like a 50% kill rate at least.
no, I don't trust kids' survivability that much. But I'm just saying, like, why would I be scared of it? Like when I'm like 13 or 14, when like 8-year-old me could reasonably take it on. So,
Yeah,
and just now it's like there's no question.
How many Chuckies could an adult you take?
I know. I recently
With or without knife.
Um,
Knife's really
one's
all right,
got a
we'll do one
fucking
round.
Uzi.
One without, one with.
Without a lot. Because
don't
I
they
don't
have
know what
sharp
they can.
teeth?
It's a toy. I don't know how strong because he was also supernatural, so I don't know how strong he was supposed to
I
be.
thought he had sharp teeth. Maybe he had claws too.
I don't. It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a toy meant for kids, but got corrupted by a soul of a serial killer. Except for the newer one. But and so I remember some of them when they killed him, there was blood and everything. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe he had supernatural strength. I don't know. But if it was just like that level sized person, I'd probably take on like 4 or 5, maybe 6 until it starts becoming like. It depends on like how easy it is to kill them. Like if I could just like one punch take one out.
But I don't think you can though, because it seemed like they were. I mean, I haven't seen any of the movies.
Yeah.
But just basing it off of the clips I've seen, I do think that like I feel like Chucky got yeeted a couple times and he never dies.
No, but yeah, like one hit's not going to take him out. But like,
Because
if
also,
you-
isn't that the thing?
if
Like,
you with your strength, like an adult strength, like go at like just like hold it against a wall and just punch it as hard as you could.
All
probably
right,
cave
yeah,
it in.
you could. I'd say if you got like a really good like kick or something in, like you hold it down and you like rip the doll
Or
apart.
take one
yeah.
little arm,
Yeah, that
just
would kill
fling it
him.
against the wall like a baby, like
like a baby, as
Like a
you do,
baby.
as you do.
Matthew.
or like fine, a baby pig, so it's more acceptable.
Okay, that.
Because that's what
Speaking
people.
of pigs, have you seen the Halloween
have you
classic
fucking
Working
done?
Across America by Jim Haggerty of the Onion News Network?
Was there a Halloween themed version?
No, but
But
it's,
you could say the existential horror of Working Across America could count as somewhat spooky.
you could, yeah. Honestly, I think the existential horror of Porking Across America is done to such an artful level that it surpasses even others in the field like Evangelion or Cowboy Bebop. Truly, those others are just child's play compared to the masterpiece it is Porking
You
Across
said child's
America.
play.
Wrapping it all in.
Okay, a couple things I just realized so we can also cover. You guys watch The Office, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of Halloween themed episodes. What was your favorite of those dumb costume jokes in those episodes?
Asia Jim, but I don't think that was a Halloween.
No,
Was Prison like a Halloween one?
No.
no.
Okay. Oh no, that
I don't remember
Alright.
the Halloween.
There was one where 3 people in the office dressed up as a Joker of that year because it was Dark Knight came out. That was pretty funny. There was a whole arc where someone else wanted to be Santa. I think it was Phyllis, and he threw a temper tantrum. That was a pretty good Halloween episode. No, that was Christmas.
I was supposed to be
What?
like Santa.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I'm personally
You can dress up as Santa.
Dude, I'm
during
gonna dress
Halloween.
up
quite
as Santa.
grateful for Halloween from like preventing Christmas from leaching further back.
No, it needs to. We need all year Christmas.
no, fuck
All year
that.
Christmas.
I'm
Anytime
fine with
anyone mentions Christmas
I'm-
before Thanksgiving is over, I'm just a blood vessel's about to burst.
I'm fine with every 90% of the Christmas spirit besides the music that comes on all the fucking time. Like,
You see, I like Christmas itself. I just don't like how it keeps like spreading earlier and earlier.
Dude,
and
second
earlier.
Halloween's over. I'm putting
don't
up.
want a
I'm putting up a
quarter-
Christmas tree. I'm putting up Christmas
I mean,
lights.
I don't want a quarter of the year to be
we
Christmas.
say that, but Halloween is supposed to be one day out of a month too. And the people have already evolved the
Yeah,
whole
but,
month
like-
as Halloween.
And Christmas is supposed to be one day, but like the whole month is Christmas.
Yeah,
So like,
I kind of like that more because it's so dumb to just like
no,
put all
what
this work in on one day. And
what
just
I'm
have-
describing is when people are like singing Christmas carols in October, then you have a fucking
Who the
problem.
fuck is singing Christmas carols in
I've
October?
met people who have put Christmas decorations up.
No, but
before Halloween
that's
is
not what
over.
you said. You said singing
All right.
Christmas carols.
Christmas carols was hyperbole. I was using it to make a point.
Because I would be like, what the fuck, man? But like, dude, you put up some Christmas lights and a Christmas tree. That's just like cozy as hell.
On,
Dude,
on Halloween.
Oh,
No,
the
no. Me is day after Halloween. I will at least wait until day after Halloween.
I would do around Black
Is the
Friday.
turkey not sacred to you?
Well, it's still like you're still like Thanksgiving's a
we can all agree
holiday.
You need to
Thanksgiving
have
is nothing
fall-
compared to both Halloween and Christmas. Thanksgiving is like its own thing. It's just it's just something you're forced to go to your family for like.
No. For me, Thanksgiving is like a celebration of like fall, and fall, which by the way is objectively the best season. If you don't have that opinion,
I kind of agree with you. I have some vibes.
Thank you.
I have some
Winter.
going to my grandparents' big ass lawn vibes with.
Yeah, like all those yellow, red, orange leaves. For me, like Thanksgiving is a celebration of that. And I don't want to see tacky green and red.
That reminder
Christmas
of that doom that's
Me and
coming.
Dan are about
The
to throw
reminder
hands.
of the coming storm.
I think for me the reason I like fall is just because it is the in between the heat of Texan summer and
Yeah, because this is coming from a Texas perspective, because we're just a bunch of cowboys down here.
so summer
Yeah.
is terrible and you should never be out there in
Summer,
unless you're going to the
you
pool.
just can't go outside. It's like 100 degrees
Unless you're going
every
to the pool.
fucking day.
Maybe that's
even
why
then-
I like winter so much, because like I just want like if we got snow like constantly, I probably wouldn't be obsessed with
Yeah,
snow.
but like when's the last time we got
like
snow?
5 years ago, dude.
Yeah, the last time I
Ridiculous.
saw snow was when I went to go visit Kayla in Abilene. Just out of the blue, it was snowing there. It was like a year ago.
I know.
2
I think
years
last
ago.
time for me was when we went to Colorado. That's why I'm so excited to go back up to Colorado this New Year's, because like, dude, I want to see that snow.
Mm-hmm.
Want to see that snow. So, well, I feel like we kind of skewed off more of media and stuff, but just been chill
Just-
to talk about like
Just
our.
as with the real holiday season, Christmas somehow leached its way in.
You
You
brought
brought
it. You did this.
You are your own
You did
perpetrator.
this.
Oh God, I've become what I swore to destroy.
So, yeah, well, I hope you guys have a good Halloween. Hope nobody gets murdered. Hope nobody eats some razor blades in their apples. Hope nobody gets COVID.
Hope no parents steal candy
Yeah.
from all you kids.
Actually, we need to booby trap our candy
We
against the
should put-
parents.
razor blades
Exactly.
or candied apples.
Because then you don't,
Go.
The really spooky part of the season is the election.
oh yeah, this is gonna, that's actually
Go
kinda
vote.
fitting.
Go
Yeah,
vote.
go vote if you haven't already.
I probably peeked the hell out of my microphone there.
Hey man, it's important.
Can
Important.
you early vote on Halloween?
I don't, it depends on where it is. I don't,
Probably,
like, I don't know. But
I
yeah,
would do
either
it.
way,
Go in a costume.
vote in your morph suit with your dick hanging out.
Wear a sexy nurse costume and go vote.
Yeah, do that.
That is your right.
As an American.
So, okay, well, thanks for watching, everybody, or listening, and we'll see you guys next episode. Bye.
Bye.